How to set up a self-tape audition at home with no gear, no help, and just your cell phone. Let's go. Hi, my name is Olivia Gudaniec. I'm a professional actress working in the Toronto film and television industry, and today I'm guiding new actors just like you on how to set up your self-tape audition at home. I love doing self-tapes. I love the fact that you can redo it at home as many times as you want, get it just right, and then you decide what take you send out. What about you? Do you prefer going in person, or do you prefer filming it at home at your leisure? So let's talk about first some general rules. Number one, you should always be filming in landscape. So that means horizontal. If you have a cell phone, that's this way. See, long, wide. Not the vertical where you kind of like look at Instagram or Snapchat. Another quick tip for you would be to shoot during daylight hours. This way you do not have to invest in any sort of fancy lighting equipment. Stand in front of a light source. So window, me. If the window was behind me, I would be a shadow right now. You can play around with your cell phone, go around the house and see where you look the best. Remember, you're a professional actor and people want to see your face. So if it's like shadowed half of it, or you know, something's not looking right, it's a representation of you. So take your time, do your research. You're already watching this video, so thumbs up to you. Another tip would be to make sure it is quiet in the background. If you hear the garage opening, stop, start again. I tend to turn off my heating, my air conditioning, anything that can make that extra buzzing sound, it's gone. All right, I'm gonna throw out a few more quick tips for you. On your phone settings, make sure you go to HD 4K quality. We wanna make sure it's as sharp as it possibly can be. And make sure whatever's behind you is clutter-free, clean, crisp. We want no distractions from right over here. And it's okay if you have to remove some things that are hanging on the wall. If you can still see like the nail, that's fine. But just make sure the big visuals aren't there. The camera 100,000% needs to be steady when you're shooting a self-tape. So you holding it is not gonna look professional. It just doesn't translate. Plus, if you need to do it over and over again, your hand will naturally be moving. So prop it on a ledge in front of your window, or if you have a little tripod, great. You can probably get one on Amazon. I got one for 10 bucks. It's a good investment, especially if you are wanting to become a professional actor. So prop it up and make sure that you know we are always shooting kind of eye level. So we don't want to prop up your cell phone on a coffee stand and it be looking up into our nose. That's not a flattering angle. We want to make sure it's slightly above our eye line or our eye line like this is right now. Bonus points if you want to invest in an Amazon external mic, something that will go into your phone that will just make you sound so crisp and buttery and professional. I know I keep saying that word, but like these little things, 20 bucks here and there, save up for it. If you can't get it the first few times, worst case scenario, if this is like your one and only audition, you can always get the mic, use it for the shoot, and return it to Amazon later. Give it a shot, see what it sounds like with it and without, play around. I personally think a tripod and a mic is a worthwhile investment. We want to avoid as much as possible using the lights up there. You never know if it's going to have like a tungsten or a yellowy. You want your complexion to look healthy and not, you know, complicated. If you have a reader with you, so that means a friend, family member, somebody who's reading the other side of the script for you to interact with, make sure they're not directly beside the mic that's on the camera, because then they will sound super loud when you're editing and you will sound at a normal tone. And in order for, just to keep work as little as possible for you in the editing room, because sound and editing and sound waves, and it's just an extra step that you can avoid. So if you can, have them just speak in the regular voice tone and not project. And if you want to amp up your sound just a little bit, it's going to make your editing process a million times easier. If you do not need anybody to read, you just have a monologue, it's just you, amazing. I also want to mention, for when you have a reader behind the camera, make sure they're not directly behind the lens, because you're never looking down the barrel, which means directly into the camera lens for your audition. For the slate, which is your introduction, yes, but when you have an audition, you will find another point to do the dialogue with. It's not going to be like this, because no one talks to the television and acts like this, right? So when you have a reader and they're standing, make sure they're just a little to the left or a little to the right. That's why you're doing a test, to see what's your better angle too, right? You're always doing a test frame, test shoot, record it for 10 seconds, practice your first line or two, or do the whole thing, rewatch it and see what you would change. Maybe you want to adjust it a bit, maybe you want to do another button, maybe you want your hair on both sides. Like, there's so many technical things, and in a self-tape you have the opportunity to do that. If you have any questions and you want personalized help because you're still like, this is too much, I don't know where to start, head to my website, oliviagmedia.com. Doesn't matter if you live in another country, if you're a minor, we can work it out with your parents. You can book a personalized one-on-one consult with me. You can purchase that on my website, or you can do the new actors workbook that I've recently released, and that's just a framework of what you can get down on paper so you have some sort of direction. You need a solid plan, you need experience, and just remember, acting is a journey. I know you feel like you're probably too old. You can start at any age, or you could be so much further if you started earlier, or you're behind. I felt all of those things too. But if you take the time now to map out your steps, you're going to come out so much stronger, because you're aware that this is a business, this is how it works, this is what's expected, and it'll be less chances for you to get scammed too, because it's happened to me multiple times. I've learned my lesson, and that's why I'm here now, showing up for you guys every single Tuesday to make sure that does not happen to you.
How y'all wake up this morning? I said, how did you wake up this morning? You flawless. Sing.